There is no place I feel more alive than in the mountains. There is nothing that challenged me as much as chasing elk solo. This is my Colorado over-the-counter elk hunting story. Of course, before I could go to Colorado, I had to shoot my bow and train a whole lot. Starting off Saturday morning. Now I got on the pack. I'm going to alternate between the 70, just the 70 pounds, and then I'm also going to do. Day has finally come. A lot of training and preparing for this moment. Got the truck loaded up. Got my mountain bike, coolers, bed. Got my battery here. And inverter. Got that running from the main battery up front so it gives me power. Well, yep, alright. Time to get on the road. Make this happen. See you in Colorado. Halfway in between Amarillo, Texas and Raton. The sun's coming up. Slept in a rest area last night. Not the best 5 hours of sleep I've ever gotten in my life, but got a little rest. Getting back on the road early though, so that'll help me get into Colorado or get up to hopefully by 3 o'clock at the latest. Getting close. Maybe practicing my bugling more. Just turned off the blacktop. Gonna drive up this gravel dirt road for a couple miles. Then I'm gonna put my pack on my back and I'm gonna walk up to that mountain. Got my pack on. 7:30. 30 minutes of light. It'll be dark here soon. Try to get on in. Get to a campsite that I picked out. For sure. I can get there before dark. We'll see. If not, it's okay. I can hike in the dark. No big deal. Starting off, going uphill, which par for the course. All right, well, I made it to my first campsite and got my tent set up. This is my tent tarp that I got set up tonight. So it's about 9 o'clock, hiked in here in the dark, and about to eat me a little lunch, eat me a little dinner, and I think I'm going to do a little bugle here, see what happens. It's Saturday morning, slept a little late because I got in late, and didn't sleep too good, but Just gonna let off a little bugle here. Just find my bugle to get going. Just to make sure there's nothing around here before I get heading out. Mark and I just hiked up to this kind of high meadow pond. And we're gonna try to see if we can. We saw a moose already. Trying to find some elk. I'd stopped and placed the camera in the area I was planning to hunt over the summertime, but I wasn't able to actually check the camera until I got home, so I didn't know that all these elk were on the camera. But they were all there before season started. None of them had been there in the area after the September the 1st. Just had a bull bugle back to me. In that range. Down there. He's actually right where I had dropped the pin as a bedding area. Down there. I was coming up here to get above him. He just bugled back to me down there. My cow call. Let's see if I can get him. Go down there, see if I can find him. Wish me luck. It was a long day. Not gonna lie, my feet are hurting. I spent a lot of time on walking on really steep terrain, which means my feet are always kind of sliding inside my boots. So the bottom of my feet are not feeling good. My knees feeling good. My ankle's not too bad. Everything else on me is feeling pretty good, but not the bottom of my feet. So hopefully I don't have to spend as much time tomorrow walking on really steep terrain, but I think I am. But I got my tent set up here. Got a creek down here. So I was able to fill up all my water. Got a little meadow back here. Get everything set up and get to bed early tonight. I heard a bugle. Almost, well, I am 100%. It was an elk. He was down below me in some woods, thick stuff, dark stuff. I moved down, got close to where he only bugled once. So I moved down in his direction. I did some cow calls and he kind of, just a kind of lazy bugle. So I kind of moved down in the general direction that I thought it came from. Did a Paul Liddell slow play. Just never heard him again. Thought for sure the old cow calling with the elk whining, bull whining, and would do it, but never heard from him. So, well, at least I'm at my campsite before dark. Last night I didn't even get in, set the tent up until about 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. So I'm going to get lunch made or dinner made and get to bed early. Extra Alfredo sauce and butter to go in it, I think. So I'm gonna try it out. Get this water boiling. Eat me some dinner. Go to bed. All right, well, didn't do a whole lot of recording my last couple of days of hunting. Hiked up and got to some areas that I marked as being bedding areas, and I got there and there's a bunch of sign, but it was all old. So that I figured that elk went over maybe into unit. I'm gonna be going to another place. I'm here at a buddy's house, Mr. Linden. A couple years ago, he picked me up and drove me around to the other side of the mountain, gave me a ride. And I called him this year just to ask him how the elk herd's been doing. And told him when I was coming. So he said I could come stay at his cabin. So I'm only about 5 minutes down the street from the trailhead where I need to go into today. Getting a little work done on my computer, shooting the bow out here. So it's pretty nice. Got this cabin out here, got the target, doing a little shooting. So I want to get some work done, eat lunch, and get in the woods this afternoon. Got a beautiful day to get back in. Very good. It is second hunt. Started, came out yesterday, stayed at Mr. Linden's last night, and I got a bunch of work done this morning, which it took till later this afternoon that I wanted to get done. And I'm going to go into this spot. It's above a lake on the other side of a mountain. And Mr. Linden showed me a spot that they had killed an elk before. He had recommended it to me 2 years ago. And I actually had dropped a pin on the very location that he said I should go to. So I had marked that area as a bedding area that I need to go check. Supposed to have weather coming in tomorrow night or Thursday morning. And so I don't want to be too far out. If it starts to get nasty, I want a recreational area and a bunch of people hiking around and enjoying the lake. But I don't see any folks that would indicate they're taking the trail that starts here at this lake, goes back in the mountains, go hunting. So hopefully that's the case. Get up there tonight, set up camp, get to the other top, and see what I can find. This is my start of my hike. Can't complain about the view. There were no trucks at this trailhead that would indicate anyone is hunting back in here today. So I'm gonna go around to the other side of the lake and then start heading up into that mountain over there. So even if I don't kill an elk, I'm gonna have a nice hike and a nice couple nights of camping and great view, great weather, but hopefully I find something back here. Well, I just crossed what was the creek that I was planning on getting water at. It showed on the map as a creek flowing across this trail, but it was bone dry. So I need to go figure out what I'm going to do, because I didn't fill up all my water bottles. I was going to just go with half water bottles and fill them up at the creek. So let me figure out what I'm going to do. Up down to this creek to get water, because the creek up there was bone dry, but at least I didn't walk past the bone dry creek thinking it wasn't. I almost walked right past it thinking it was not the creek that I was going to get water at, because it didn't even look like a creek. It just looked like a little bit of a drainage down a hill when it snows run off. But this creek's pretty nice. If that little creek that showed on the map was dry, there's definitely not going to be any water up there. So I better bring all my water. Getting up this mountain. That's the view behind me. Not too shabby. At the bottom half of this meadow, because hopefully something is feeding in it tonight. Check that out. So in the morning, hiking up to the top. Maybe there'll be elk here in the morning. Hard to say. Gonna get the tent set up. Get dinner. Get to bed early. Try to get up super early. Instead of a tent, I've been running this tarp. Oh, it's worked out good. I'm gonna show it to you here. All right, well, this is my teepee. So if you check out my Eureka Midori 1 one-man tent, you see the size of this compared to the size of that, and then also look at how much room I've got in this thing. Look how much bigger this thing is. This is my tarp. Look how much room I got in this thing. So compared to the size, just that little bag for this tarp, the full size tent, I just been tying it up to trees, or I used my trekking pole one night, tied it to one tree, and then put a trekking pole on the other end, which worked just fine. But usually I just find two trees and get in between them. Worked out great, but tons of room in this thing. It's time to cook dinner. It's getting late. Potatoes, and I brought some hamburger. Now it's smoked, vacuum sealed, so free and good. All right, mashed potatoes, hamburger. Well, there it is. Instant mashed potatoes, hamburger meat, butter, cheese, sour cream. Bon appetit. Well, good morning. It's about 5:15. Gonna head up. I'll check in when I get up there. Hopefully I can find my way without too much trouble. Good morning. The sun is coming up. I'll bump some elk back there. One went that way. One went that way. I'm planning on going that way. I'm up on top. Got a perfect wind. It's blowing off that way. That's the north. That's the south. Carrying that way. I've got some bedding areas marked over here. So, yep. I'm just going to sit up here and be quiet for a little while. Get some layers back on. Just try one bugle this morning just to see what happens. just had a bull bugle back at me. He was down there. I want to hang out up here though. Haven't heard that bull in a while. Did a slow play. I think I heard him one more time. I did hear him one more time, but he's that way, and the wind was kind of drifting that way and down, so it was not a good idea to head in that direction. So I just kind of set up in this sunny spot. I kind of got back up in the shade and put my decoy up in the sun. I did a whole breeding calling sequence, but he didn't come over. But I'm gonna, as soon as I know I've got good thermals, I'm gonna head that direction. Well, as you can see, that's the south facing ridge, south facing slope. And that is the north facing slope. And I'm right up here on the ridge. So I heard the elk over there this morning. But if I had to guess, they're going to come over this saddle. They're going to head in that direction to bed. That's just my guess. That northeast facing slope over there. I'd already put it on my map as a bedding area, so eating a little breakfast. Probably get out my long johns. Oh, this is, let's see here. Only problem is, all I have left is 16 ounces of water up here. So at some point in time, I gotta drop down to the stream over there. Somewhere there's a stream. There's a stream in that direction. But I gotta drop down 400 feet or something, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Found me some cool sunglasses on the trail yesterday. What do you think? Alright, well, had a little action this morning. Had bugles down here. I think they're gonna probably head over that way. So that's where I'm heading. Wish me luck. You see, there's nothing but dead trees everywhere. It is really hard getting around in this country. We got the steepness, which is one thing, that's not too bad, but climbing over all this crap, it gets old real fast. Well, if the elk are where I think they are, they're down there. No. This is not going to be fun. This is what I've been looking for. Elk trail. Leads down the mountain. With tracks all over it. Fresh, turned up dirt. They're going to be anywhere. They're going to be down here. Right down this trail. Guide my steps, Lord. Keep me safe. Keep me to make the right moves. Give me wisdom what to do. closer and closer to the place I put on the, I had marked where a bull should be laying, and finding more and more tracks going in that direction. Gonna try to get about 100 yards away from where I think a bull should be, and then sit up and do some light calling. Alright, this is it. This is where I'm gonna make my play. Give it a little time here. Nothing shows up, I'm gonna head that way. That bull was laying right here. See that? It smells like urine. He got up and peed right here. I was about 100 or so yards that way. He got up, walked about 50 yards, and looked my way. I didn't really see him at first. And then I saw his tail. Saw him turn around and walk back the other way. I saw his horns. I thought he walked away, but But he had probably only walked maybe 15 yards. There's something down there. He only walked about 15 yards, and then I was getting my stuff together to kind of move in his direction. And he had only gone about 15 yards, and he turned around and ran off. And then I just was easing this way, making cow calls. And I think there's a elk right down there. In fact, I'm almost positive there is. Something is. And then I got up over here a little bit closer. And I saw something brown. I was like, what is that, log? I looked, and it was the butt of a cow. And then it kind of took off a little ways. It might be right down there. And then the calf. Saw the calf a little bit later. Pretty exciting morning, afternoon. It's a massive dump right there. Fresh poop right here. This is it. Veterinarium. Bed right there. Right there. Gotta go find them. They went down below me. Too bad I don't have a moose tag. Look at that moose right up there. You see him? He's not scared of anything. He's a moose. I could shoot that thing all day long. It just stands there looking at you like a big dummy. Wish I had a moose tag. Elk run away at the slightest movement. That moose just stands there like a big old dummy. Oh! 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 This is how much water I got left. And I finally found some water. That moose is right up there. I can almost swear I can smell a wallow down below me. So I want to get this clean water right here. Because below the wallow, it would be nasty. This is the first little bit of water I've seen in 24 hours. So, it's not going to be the cleanest stuff in the world, but I can purify a little bit of it. But super grateful that I'm not having to drop down another 400 feet to the creek. If I can find the wallow that's around here somewhere, I'm going to sit on it tonight. So nice to have some water because I had one sip left. think about elk hunting in Colorado, this is what you think about. Aspen blowing in the wind. This is why I come. You gotta find that wallow. You gotta be down here in this meadow. You want something to eat, buddy? Let me get you a cracker. Come here, dude. What are you? Come eat your cracker. Yesterday, parked my truck over there, walked across the dam, into the back side of that mountain, hiked all the way up there, set up my camp last night, got up this 4:30 this morning, hiked up the ridge, got all the way to the top, walking along the ridge of this. It's only 9,000 feet, so it's not really a mountain, but had a bull bugle at me from a meadow down below me, but with him being down below me and the thermals dropping in the morning, I couldn't get over there. Maybe I should have dropped down and got at his level, I don't know. Then continued along the ridge, dropped down on the north side to where I had put a pin. I don't know if I put that pin this year or a year ago, where I thought would be a bedding area. And there was a bull right there where I dropped the pin. He came, he bugled at me. I set up, started doing some soft cow calling and bugling, and he bugled, and it sounded like he was 300 yards away. He just could barely hear him bugle. He was probably just a little over 100 yards away. He came to about 60 yards and was standing in the bushes watching me, and it never made another sound. And I saw his horns and his tail when he turned and walked the other way. He didn't run, I just see him turn around and walk back. So I was like, okay, I need to give him a little time, then I'm going to move in closer and set up again. Well, he had only walked maybe 10 or 15 more yards back into the woods. He was still standing there listening to me. So when I got over there, I bumped him out, and there was a cow and a calf. He wasn't huge. He wasn't big at all, but he was definitely a bull, probably a 4x4. And they both all dropped down the mountain and got down there where they had kind of gone to, stopped, talked to a moose, and asked him if they had seen him, if he had seen the elk or where the elk had gone. But he wasn't exactly very talkative or friendly. So I dropped on down. Now I'm back to the lake. Need to go get some food, and then I guess I'm going back up top to where my camp is, and we'll try to get to that meadow in the morning where I had heard the first bugle. So, long day of hiking. I guess that's what I've been training for all summer. My ankle hurts. Actually, the bottom, now I just realized it, the bottom of my feet are not hurting. That's nice. But my ankle, that actually all summer I was having to ice it, it's hurting a little bit. All the side hilling and stepping on unlevel ground. Your ankle's just always like this. This or this. It's like you're not, almost like you're twisting your ankle all the time. If I didn't have these good Solomon boots on, super stiff ankle support, I'd probably have rolled my ankle so many times. I spent so much time today climbing over dead trees. Kind of beat, but I ain't gonna kill an elk at the house. I'm back at the cabin. You gotta keep at it. 2-hour walk up the mountain in the rain wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be, but I made it. And that bull is in the meadow in the morning. I got something really pointy for him. All right, good night. Well, good morning. Got a bull bugling down there. About to go after him. Talk to you later. Well, dang it. That bull bugled from the same place he was yesterday, but he bugled earlier this morning. Yesterday morning I was up there on the ridge and he bugled down here. Today I was right over there and he bugled. He bugled down here. And the next time I heard him bugle, he was way up there. So he went straight up the ridge, or straight up this little meadow. But he's been here 2 mornings in a row bugling. Son of a gun. I think I know where I'm going to be hunting probably the rest of the month, rest of the week. At least be here in the morning. I don't know. Hey, at least I found me a bull. And he's been in the same place 2 mornings in a row. Let's go up here to the top and see what we can do. Just bugled again. So I was kind of hanging out right here waiting for something. Now I know where to go. Hopefully. Pretty much where he was yesterday morning. Okay, that bull just sounded off again. He's up that way. The exact direction I was going. Kind of in the top of the meadow that's directly above my camp. So I was heading that way and he just bugled. So really good place for him to die. Sprinkling. That'd be good. That'd keep my sound down. Pretty eventful morning. Had a bull bugle multiple times. I chased him around. He was down below me. I dropped down. Then he was up above me. And then the last time I heard him was, I think, in the meadow up above my camp here. It started raining. I set up close to where I heard him last. Tried to do a slow play. But never heard him. But I am sopping wet. Camp's still dry. Everything under the tarp is nice and dry. I think I want to put on new socks. And then I'm going to hike down. I'm just going to leave my camp here, my tent, my tarp, my sleeping bag, all that stuff, so that I can come up either tomorrow night, probably tomorrow night. It's not raining, and I'm definitely coming up here. I mean, 2 mornings in a row I had bulls bugling. I think it's maybe just one bull, but that's better than nothing. So, and just bumped a cow a little while ago back where I had started early this morning. She was basically in the place where I went to, where I thought he was at. So I dropped down. He was, and then by the time I got up there, he bugled above me. So I'm not going to drop down to him anymore. Next time I'm just going to go get above him. I think I found a good spot that I think I can really watch these big meadows. So hopefully that'll work. All right, let me get packed up, get on dry socks, and get down out of here. It's an off day. can't complain too much, but I would rather be down there fly fishing with that guy. 30, hiking in the dark. One of my favorite things, hiking through the mountains at night by myself. What could go wrong? I mean, other than maybe a mountain lion. I'm not really worried about black bears. But, yeah, I ain't crazy about the idea of mountain lions. Fun. Well, Saturday morning, getting set up. A couple days ago, the bugles were all down in here, so hopefully they're there this morning. I want to get myself organized. Had to take off a bunch of layers hiking up here. But now I gotta put a bunch of layers back on. I probably need more layers. It gets sweaty coming up here. And hot. But there's still frost on the ground, so must be below freezing still. Quiet this morning. Maybe something will pop off here in a little while. Dadgummit. Other 2 mornings I had bugles. It's quiet this morning. For breakfast. Lord, thank you for this beautiful morning. Beautiful day. Thank you for this beautiful country. Allow me to be out here in it. Thank you for all your blessings. Just give me wisdom and know what to do. Keep me strong today. Help me not to get hurt. And help me to find a bull. Man, I popped one earlier. No bugles this morning though. Hopefully one will come out. I think it was Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning? No, it was Wednesday morning. No, Wednesday morning it rained. It was Tuesday morning. Pretty sure this is where that bull bugled at me from. I was up top on that ridge, and he bugled from down here. And I would bet money he was somewhere around in here. This is like the 3rd or 4th meadow over from my camp. But it's the biggest, most wide open meadow there is. Really nice meadow. I'm sure they're here first thing early in the morning. So, I don't know. Let's see if I can find a wallow. There's got to be a wallow somewhere right here. Trying to make a plan for this evening or this afternoon. I might just sit here, find the wallow, I'll sit on the wallow. Pretty spot. I'm definitely not the first one to come in here. There's names on these trees with years. Maybe that's the year. Somebody shot an elk in here. 2000. Maybe I get to shoot an elk in here. We'll see. You see that? That is fresh, soft bull poop. That's from this morning or last night. Not even cold. Damn, he was here this morning. They were in there this morning. I'm gonna be here tomorrow morning. You can guarantee that. Been following this blue line all the way down, thinking I'd either find a wallow or water. This is the only water I've found. Right here. Even walked a few hundred yards further down this blue line. It's just a dried up creek bed. Just drains the snow. And the snow is long gone. So is the water, except for this one puddle. So, about to filter it out. Fill up my water bottles, because I am just drank my last drop. I'm using my syringe to suck the water up, and then out of the pool. That's a pretty good idea. Thank you, Jesus, for the water. You don't know how important it is till you've been walking all day. You only have one swallow left. And the only water you know of is on the other side of the dadgum mountain. This is a gold mine. And into a new spot. It should be a north face kind of drainage on the other side of this mountain. It's not a mountain, it's just a big hill. I mean, 9,000 feet. That's not a mountain. That's just a big hill. But we gotta get up here, get to the top, then drop over into this drainage. It goes down. It's a north facing drainage, so some benches in there. Pretty much everything you would think you need to find elk, right? Down there, and there's another hunter. Hard to say. But they're right where they're supposed to be. Once again. I'm gonna drop over and get on top of them. See how he likes that. But if they're bedding in that, they're feeding in that big meadow on the other side, this is where they would go to bed for the day in this dark north facing spot. Has access to a creek right down there. There's not another hunter, but we gotta go see. I'm getting up here on top of this ridge. They're down there below me. This is prime. Tons of tracks leading this way. You see the tracks? See the trail? Get up here, do a soft bugle, see if I can get him to bugle back, give me his location, so I can move in on him. figure out where to get set up. See the ground all chewed up. Going down there. You hear that? Hear that? Yeah. Yeah. There's cows down there. There was a bull that bugled earlier. I could hear it breaking. Okay, gotta go. That's a big old rub. Look at all the scrapings on it. It's not fresh, but it's been rubbed on a lot. Look at the scrapings up and down it. Wow. Cows were down in here. I could hear them milling around. Cow calling. I got down in here about what I think is about 80 yards away from them. I had the wind blowing right in my face, away from them. So I'm not sure what happened. There's a bed right there. There's my decoy. There's a bed. Must have out of here. Heard them going that way, which is actually the direction I came from, so good for me. I'm gonna head back that way. Stay up above. See if I can get on them again. They're down in there. I mean, they were down in there. Now they're gone. Now they're over there. But I bet they go back to that big meadow. Yesterday, I think I figured the elk out. I know where they're going. And so therefore, I'm going to go down to these meadows and check. I think I heard them bugle when I first woke up. So that's good. But yeah, yesterday was a long day, but it was a good day because I know exactly where the elk are going. So I'm going to go check the meadows, see if they're still in the meadows at daylight. And I found a good way to get to them without climbing over a bunch of deadfall. It's a little bit further, but at least it's a road that I can get on, a trail. Not much of a trail, but it is a trail. So, Sunday morning, thank you, Jesus. We're going to kill an elk today. And my little mouse friend hanging out with me last night, which I don't really mind him. Gave him some crackers. He always starts getting around my head at night and scurrying around. It's a little aggravating. Wakes me up. So I think I thumped him. Hopefully he learned his lesson not to come crawling around my head at night. But I want to get my gaiters back on. Bought gaiters. Was in town. If nobody knows what gaiters are, you need gaiters. Absolutely 100% need gaiters if you're hunting out here. They go over your legs and your ankles and your boots. Keep all the water off. 100% necessity. Alright, let's go kill an elk. Well, that one's close. Get back here. Yep, he's right down there. up there on that ridge, and he was down here in the general area, which is whole area just goes from big meadow to little meadows all the way up through there. So I'm going to do a little cow calling, maybe a light bugle, see if something responds to me, gives me a direction to go. If not, I know the bedding area is right over there. That's where I ran into him yesterday. I hear a bunch of bees somewhere. You hear that? All those bees. Well, probably a big hornet's nest somewhere around here. I don't want to get into that. But it's a beautiful morning, man. Absolutely beautiful. The sun's coming up. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. Heard a branch break up there. Well, done some cow calling, light bugling. Hush, hush, hush. And ranking. Haven't heard anything or got any responses. Except for that squirrel up there barking at me. So, I'll just give out one location bugle to see if I get something to answer me back. Today's the 17th. We should be on it only a few days from the rut. September 22nd. So, alright, I'm going to head up the mountain. See if I can find something. Well, head up the mountain over here. See if we can track down these elk where they're going. This place is beautiful. All these aspens up in here. Look at that blue sky. Good selfie right there. Blue sky, aspens. And fresh poop. Fairly fresh poop right there. Fresh tracks of that. The soil is moist from where they turned it up. More fresh poop. Fresh tracks. See that? They were probably here earlier this morning before I got here. Let's go get them. There's fresh poop and tracks everywhere up here. I have definitely got to be up here early in the morning though, because the sun's on this hill. Those elk are going to move out of here as soon as the sun gets hot. So they're probably here this morning. Gone now that the sun is up here. But the whole hill is just covered with tracks. It was a nice little climate up here. as you can see. The elk went over there on the north side though. So pretty much know where to go find them. Might not be able to tell it, but the ground's wet right there. Fresh urine smell. I'm on their case. I'm on the case. I'm on their tail. I'm following them. I'm coming after them. I'm going after them. I'm going to get them. Dang. So awesome up here. Well, got to the top of that ridge, followed the trail all the way down. Plenty of elk beds and tracks and sign. I followed the elk trail all the way down to this creek crossing. I don't know if I call it a creek, but it's a seam of water coming down, which I'm super thankful for. It's just like yesterday, I just drank my last drop. I was hoping I'd get down here and this wouldn't be dry. So, the plan is to fill this up with water, head up this meadow, try to find a wallow. I think that's a pretty decent plan for this evening. Hard to know where these elk are going to go. Somewhere different every day. I think they try not to go to the same place every day. Just a good idea. It's a good way not to get killed. Don't go to the same place every day. If you want to get killed and people are hunting you, going to the same place every day is not a good idea. Finally found what I would consider a true wallowing water hole. As you can see, beds everywhere. Got trails coming down here from a lot of places, but nothing's been wallowing in it. Nothing's wallowing, just water. But they definitely come here to water. So maybe there's a thirsty elk up in those hills. I'm gonna come down here and get a drink of water here in a little bit. Let's see. Sitting on the wrong spot. This is the drinking hole around here. I will be back to sit on this tomorrow afternoon or Tuesday or Wednesday sometime. For sure. I'm thinking there's a better way to get down here. Down here. But I don't know what it is, so I guess I'm going to take the hard way, which is straight down. You can see the valley over there. I'm going straight down this gorge, which is not exactly safe, but it's not that bad. Just hopefully we don't get cliffed out. Pretty view, huh? Really pretty view. Pretty sure not a lot of folks come up here. But that's what I want to do. Monday night. At least I'm not climbing over trees, which I'm tired of that. So, going straight up a super steep mountain tomorrow night. Whatevs. I just had to stop. Having to head back up and get my camp, break it down, and get it back down for the night, moving camp. So I just had to stop and check out this view.
This is awesome.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Dan.
I'm Paul.
Paul, good to meet you.
Yeah, I met Dan at the boat launch, and I'm like, hey, dude, you take me across the lake because it's a long ass walk.
This is going to save you a bunch of time, and you'll be fresh right now.
And right?
That's awesome.
We're taking a boat ride across this lake that will remain unnamed.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we don't need everyone and their brother coming out here.
Secret.
Yeah, this is the lake.
Yep.
There really aren't any elk in here, but it's just a nice place to go for a boat ride.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. And we camp here even though we don't shoot anything.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, that was cool. So the dude was putting in his boat, and I was just about get ready to go. I was like, hey, I don't know, I was chatting with him. I said, you wouldn't mind driving me to the other side of the lake, because it's a long walk to the other side of this lake. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, I'd rather be elk hunting, but all I have is a rifle tag. He's like, I'm gonna start bow hunting. And so he drove me across the lake, and then also told me where he heard the elk bugling this morning. So this is what I'm hiking up into. Now, if that has Colorado, okay. I don't know what camp set up. Right up there, that area up there is right up there is where I called my bull in last Tuesday. I think Tuesday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. And so right over here is where the guy said he heard the bulls bugling this morning. So my camp is right in the middle of it all. So this might be a good spot. Let's see. Okay, this is some steep stuff. Going straight up. It goes straight down. Don't trip and start rolling. You can see where I came from, that valley below me. So I'm going straight up this cliff. I need to go over there. Yeah. This is a kind of a game trail. So always follow the trails. Good. Animals always know the best route to go up and down a mountain. So just find the tracks and trails and let them show you the way to get up there. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy though. The climb this evening was straight up. Hopefully I can get to this watering hole by dark. It is up here, way up in the saddle. Well, it's nice when you can find the game trail. I guarantee you I'd almost bet you $100 this goes straight to that watering hole up here. Right now I'm almost level with it. I bet this trail just goes straight to that watering hole. I'm gonna be there before dark. Coming down, hiked up and sit on that water. But look at this, ain't that cool? Has some cool stuff right there. I don't care. I mean, I hope I kill an elk, but even if I don't kill an elk, it's pretty dadgum cool up in here. Crazy. Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday the 19th. Camped in these pines over here across from the big meadow and the willows where the guy said the bulls were bugling yesterday morning, but they're not bugling today, which would have been really nice to wake up to have bulls bugling on the other side of this creek. Well, I got a lot of walking to do today, got a lot of places to check, going way back up this creek. Met this old man Sunday afternoon, yeah. Came out of the woods holding a musket that looked like he had taken it out of the Civil War, and he had been hunting back up in here a long time. So I asked him when the rut starts. He said, Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and I gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. So let's get at it. Well, the sun'll come up tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. I remember that from my 5th grade play. It was right. The sun did come up. The sun's coming up and I'm going up. We're both coming up. Oh, elk, where did you go? You weren't here this morning like you were supposed to be. Well, another really big moose. I'm gonna stay away from him because he's really looking at me. This looks like as good a place as any to eat lunch. Took a long walk this morning, way down there in that valley, all the way up, all the way around to here. Then I'm gonna hike up there and take that ridge all the way back and then back down. Well, can't complain about the view. That's for daggum sure. Forgot my cheese though. Man, damn it! I wanted my piece of cheese. Got half an apple. All right, so we'll see something. Oh, I saw a big old bull moose, a cow moose, and a calf. So we did see something, and I had a deer, little mule deer, pop out right next to me. Heard something coming through the bushes, and I got my arrow all knocked. It was all ready. Just a little deer. I don't know about you. That's what I call an elk trail. Let's see where it goes, all these muddy tracks. Go back here to something. Damn. I need to put this on my... Well, hailing outside. I'm cozy under here though. Nice and cozy. Glad I brought my little green tarp with me today. I got this tree right here, which helps me. Be interesting to see how much hail is covering the ground when this stops. I'm kind of glad it's hail and not rain. Just yeah, rain's wet. Ice is just frozen wetness. I think we can sit here for a little bit. Get me some food. Oh, I got rain coming. Well, I just rode that last storm out up under this tree, which I didn't even have to get my tarp out this time because that tree kept the rain off of me so well. That yeah. Thank you, tree, for being there, having so many big thick branches that not a single drop got on me down under there. That was nice. Been thunderstorms all afternoon. That's been held on and rained on. Started down that valley, climbed up, went all the way back there to the back, crossed the back meadow, came up this ridge, crossed this ridge. Now I'm going back down. I'm gonna follow the creek back to the meadows in the very back of this creek, which will be left unnamed. I met an old man Sunday afternoon. Looked like an Indian. Came out of the woods with a gun. It looked like he had gotten it from the Civil War. He's been hunting all over here, I guess as long as he's lived. Said he wanted to be buried back up in there, where the two creeks come together. Says he loves it. don't know. Pretty crazy. Well, it looks like it's set in. I was gonna camp out tonight and try to be on the peak in the morning. The peak where the old man said bulls like to bugle. The peak where I heard them bugling the other day. It was last week. So today's Tuesday. That was last Wednesday. So maybe these elk make a 1 week circuit and they'll be back tomorrow morning. And if so, I will kill one up on top of that mountain right there. Let's see here. The other day when I was up that Sunday morning, I was up there. On the other side, it's kind of this bald face. And the old man that I met coming out of the woods looked like an old Indian with a gun. He looked older than he was. Said the bulls like bugling up there. And I heard them Tuesday. I work Wednesday. It was Wednesday and Thursday morning that I heard them. So, yeah. I am going to go up there in the morning. So I guess I'm going to go back to Mr. Linden's. Get dry. Boots are wet, gloves are wet, pants are wet. Everything's wet. Probably have to get up at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. If it's raining, then I'll just use Wednesday as a work day. Get all my work done for the rest of the week. If it's not raining, then I will hike up the top of that mountain. I'm not sure how I want to get there. There's 3 different routes. I think I want to take the route that doesn't take me through this wet grass. Because if it rains all night, it's definitely going to be wet. Hell, tonight, this rain might turn to snow. Might wake up in the morning and this is all snow. Because what's today? The 19th? I think today's the 19th. It could definitely snow. Alright, I gotta find my camp. I camp somewhere on the other side of the creek. I think it's down here. Alright, we'll go ahead and get packed up and hike out of this place tonight. Because it looks like the rain has really set in. And even if it hasn't, my pants, everything's wet anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Saw 3 moose today. And a small mule deer. That's pretty bad. No bugles. Looks like everything in my tent nice and dry on my tarp. My tarp tent is nice and dry. Let me put this wet tarp in the garbage bag. Glad I got that. This is fun. But I'm going to sleep in a warm bed tonight, not in a tent with wet clothes. So that'll be good. I have dry feet within an hour.
It's just playing.
Yeah, so it's just playing.
Oh, good.
And so then what I do is just all right, that's my last hike in. I'm going to go set up camp. I'm going to go where I called in the bull the first week, last week. Today is Wednesday. I called him in last Tuesday. So maybe he's back in that spot. And then I'm going to go check that spot. And then I'm going to go back into the big meadow where the two creeks come together. Lots of sign yesterday. I'm gonna check that spot. That's this afternoon. Get up about 3 o'clock in the morning, hike up to the top of the peak, the big bald area that overlooks all the big meadows, and be there for sunrise. So if there's nothing there tomorrow morning, hike down, load up the truck, head back to Mississippi. But I told my buddy, hopefully I don't see you tomorrow, unless it's you coming to help me pack this elk out. So we'll see. See that? All the dead trees, all this deadfall. Ah, this is the worst. This is absolutely the worst. I've been in some thick deadfall. Crazy. Over there, it's just trees and trees and trees down. Wow. Aspens are starting to turn yellow. They're all green last week. Now, having another really good frost. It'll be golden. That's so freaking awesome. Man, I love this place. I really do. Just love it. Cannot get enough of this place. Just need to kill me a bowl. Make this trip super memorable. It's already been memorable, but really memorable. This is the most sketchy place I've been all week, for sure. See that thick stuff down there? Well, I went through hell to get up here, but then look at this. Old man that I met said he wanted to have his ashes taken back here. They killed a big elk back in here. Maybe I will too. Not have my ashes buried, but you know, maybe I kill a big elk back in here. I want to say somebody lays here. Look at this. Grounded, totally flat. I think I'll sit here. See what comes down here. Made to the big meadow. Back here. I ate lunch up there yesterday, and I went all the way back up in the air off that ridge, all the way back. But I was going to come here last night, then it started raining on me. It's not easy getting back here. Beautiful spot. Just have to see if anything comes down. Maybe right over there. Looks like a whole herd of elk have been laid down, so they've been around. Just whether they're around here tonight is another question. Well, last night, I haven't had a fire. My boots are wet. Pants legs are wet. I got all this Vaseline cotton balls So figured, why not have a fire, right? Damn it. It rained all day, well, a lot yesterday, so I'm not sure if but all these branches are broken off from underneath the pine trees, so they're pretty dry. Well, it's been a long, today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks that I left. I've been hunting hard. I got one more climb in me. I'm gonna go all the way up to the peak. That bald peak that faces south above the meadows where I heard the elk bugling last week. The old man that I talked to says they like to bugle up there during the rut. I asked him when the rut was. He said Tuesday, which was yesterday. So maybe they'll be back up there. Get my dinner. Super thankful. Yeah, but be out here. I talked to a Colorado Parks Recreation, wildlife recreation lady, and she said that I told her that I bugled one in and heard a few more bugles. She thought that was pretty good. A lot of people hadn't heard or seen anything. So. Biscuits and gravy from Peak Fuel. Eating a few different ones, and man, biscuits and gravy are, everyone always said they're really good, but man, they're actually really good. All right, 10:45. Come on. Well, I'm gonna start calling this the straight uphill. That video I did Sunday, whatever day it was, I don't know. I was going, this hike starts off going straight up. I'm doing that this morning. Just had a bugle a little while ago. About to go after him. Wish me luck. My solo trip is over. This morning I was going to get up at 3:30, but around 3:15, started hearing thunder and lightning and it started raining. So, of course, I wasn't going to hike up to the top in the rain in the dark. So I stayed in bed till I felt like it was over with, about 5. Got up to the top by around 7. Got all situated. Got my layers back on. Bugled. And immediately had a bugle down in the saddle. So got all my stuff together, got down there, closed the distance. I had heard him one more time, bugle while I was getting everything together. Got down there, got down in the saddle, set up, did some more, a little bit of light calling and everything. Heard him bugle one more time. Sounded like he'd already started to go over the saddle, maybe 100 yards in front of me. And then, so wasn't quite sure what to do. Kind of because the thermals would be dropping down to them still that late in the morning. So kind of hung out up there, and then I heard another bugle kind of headed his way. Made some more bugling and calling and cow calls, and just never heard anything else. I dropped down, followed the tracks down to where they had been before, and no good. So trip is over. It's a good trip. Got into bulls or bugling on 5 or 6 different occasions. Called in one to around 60 yards. I had talked to a Colorado Parks and Wildlife girl, and she's like, most people hadn't heard or seen anything. So the fact that I heard bulls 5 different times, saw the bull, saw his horns, saw him turn, saw a cow, saw a calf, saw another cow another day, bumped her. It's a success. So really thankful for these 2 weeks I was out here. Learned a ton. It's so beautiful in this area, which will remain unnamed, but learned a lot, and hopefully be back here next year chasing them. Hey, thanks for watching, you guys, and do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and give it a like. The video is a like if you haven't, and thanks again. All right, back home from a trip, torturing my wife with this beard. Time to get rid of it. All right, what do you think? All cleaned up. You like the beard? Had the clean look. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Hey, do me a favor and give the video a thumbs up over there and subscribe to my channel. And one more thing, if you can go to my website, thesouthernhood.com, and check out all the shirts and hats I got over there. I'd really appreciate that too. Hey, thanks again, and remember, it's just better down here, y'all.